First of all, relationship betrayal is a very difficult and sad subject that many people can relate to. It calls into question the emotional ties that bring spouses together, as well as loyalty and trust. It's important to handle this delicate topic with caution when talking about betrayal, especially when it comes to the question of whether women are to blame for men's treachery. Relationships are not clear-cut. Rather, they are characterized by a range of gray areas that represent unique experiences, expectations, and emotional requirements. The knowledge that betrayal can result from a variety of causes, such as unfulfilled needs, poor communication, and personal vulnerabilities, is fundamental to this conversation. Although some people may jump to the conclusion that women are responsible for their partner's infidelity or betrayal, this viewpoint oversimplifies the problem. It disregards the larger dynamics at work, including the decisions made by both couples individually, emotional distance, and cultural influences. We need to think about the roles that men and women play in relationships in order to have a meaningful conversation about betrayal. Investigating how trust is formed and, regrettably, how it may be shattered is vital. We may gain a deeper understanding of the reasons behind betrayal and its effects on all parties involved by exploring the emotional terrain of relationships. In the end, acknowledging the complexity of betrayal promotes stronger communication and understanding in our relationships, in addition to fostering empathy. For anybody trying to make their way across the sometimes choppy waters of love and trust, this investigation is essential. Recognizing betrayal. In romantic relationships, betrayal is a serious betrayal of trust that can cause long-lasting emotional damage to both parties. Fundamentally, betrayal frequently entails a violation of the unspoken rules that govern a relationship, whether it be through emotional desertion, dishonesty, or adultery. Betrayal may have a catastrophic emotional impact, causing feelings of perplexity, grief, and rage. The betrayed spouse may struggle with emotions of inadequacy and violation of trust, which can result in an overwhelming sense of loss. On the other hand, the betraying spouse could feel guilty, ashamed, and regretful, and they frequently struggle with the fallout from their deeds and the suffering they have caused. Deciphering the reasons for treachery is essential to unraveling its intricacies. Unfulfilled emotional needs, a communication gap, or a need for affirmation outside of the relationship are typical causes. Sometimes, rather than as a result of their partner's mistake, people may look for connection elsewhere because they are lonely or unhappy. It's critical to understand that betrayal can result from a variety of causes other than the woman's behavior. A person's decisions in a relationship might be influenced by societal pressures, psychological fears, and even prior traumas. We can promote a more complex and inclusive view of betrayal that goes beyond placing blame by addressing these fundamental problems. This viewpoint promotes healing and open communication, enabling both parties to attend to their needs and endeavor to reestablish trust. In the end, realizing betrayal in this way can open doors to personal development and closer bonds between partners. The function of interaction. Any good relationship needs communication, and when it doesn't exist, it can cause unintentional emotions of betrayal. A sense of trust and security is fostered when partners are able to communicate their wants, desires, and concerns via open and honest communication. Couples who are at ease with each other's opinions are less prone to hold grudges or miscommunications that might develop into more serious problems. On the other hand, miscommunication makes it simple for misconceptions to occur. For example, if one spouse feels ignored but doesn't express it, the other partner might not be aware of the rising unhappiness. Because one partner may feel their needs are not being satisfied and look for emotional or physical connection elsewhere. This lack of communication can foster a climate that is conducive to betrayal. In certain situations, the act of betrayal could be the result of a misguided quest for fulfillment rather than a wish to harm the other person. It is crucial to get viewers to consider how they communicate with themselves. Do you share your feelings with others? Are you giving your lover your whole attention? People can find areas in which their communication habits need to be improved by looking at these questions. Checking in with each other on a regular basis might help avoid misunderstandings and promote a stronger emotional bond. In the end, putting communication first can greatly lower the likelihood of relationship betrayal. Couples may overcome obstacles together, fortifying their relationship and laying the groundwork for a trusting relationship that endures over time. By fostering an atmosphere where both partners feel heard and respected, expectations and emotional needs. Beliefs of betrayal in romantic relationships can be greatly influenced by unmet emotional needs. Every person has basic emotional needs, including the need for connection, love, security, and affirmation. Partners may feel ignored or undervalued when these needs are disregarded or not sufficiently met, which can cause discontent and even betrayal. When one spouse is emotionally unavailable while the other is in need of love, for example, the ignored partner may go for solace elsewhere because they feel their emotional needs are not being satisfied. Unrealistic expectations can also exacerbate the dynamics of a partnership. Many people have preconceived ideas about what their spouse should emotionally or behave like when they first start dating. When these demands are not fulfilled, partners may become irritated and rift may result. As a result of this disconnection, one spouse may feel betrayed and resentful of the other for not living up to their standards. Promoting healthy relationships requires viewers to evaluate their own emotional needs as well as their partners. Clear communication about what it takes for each individual to feel fulfilled can aid in misunderstandings and gap closure. It's critical to understand that each individual has unique emotional requirements and that what works for one couple might not work for another. Couples may foster a more encouraging environment where both parties feel appreciated and understood by taking the effort to comprehend and express these needs. In addition to fortifying the bond, this proactive strategy lessens the possibility of betrayal, opening the door to greater emotional closeness and connection. Outside factors. The dynamics of relationships are often influenced by outside forces, which can occasionally result in a guy betraying his partner. Social networks, workplaces, and personal concerns can all add to the strains that people experience in their relationships. A guy could be persuaded to follow similar practices if he is surrounded by peers who cheat or downplay the value of committed relationships. Peer pressure has the power to normalize betrayal and make it appear like a more respectable decision. Additionally, work surroundings may serve as a haven for emotional disengagement. People may go for comfort outside of their primary connection as a result of long hours, high stress levels, and a lack of support. A guy may unintentionally transgress emotional boundaries and betray someone if he finds himself spending a lot of time with a coworker who is sympathetic and supportive. Stressors in life, including money problems or personal crises, can intensify emotions of loneliness and unhappiness and lead people to turn to harmful means of consolation. Furthermore, relationship faithfulness can be significantly impacted by society standards. Men may feel under pressure to adopt actions that jeopardize their commitments in environments that glamorize adultery or tightly define gender roles. This social context can foster an atmosphere in which treachery is not only accepted, but occasionally actively encouraged. It is crucial to urge people to think about the bigger picture of their relationships. People can have a deeper understanding of the intricacies of betrayal by acknowledging the ways in which external factors might impact their decisions. This understanding may result in more candid discussions about expectations, limits, and the value of supporting one another as you work through life's obstacles together. Introspection and responsibility. Fostering healthy relationships requires self-reflection and accountability, especially for women who may be experiencing emotions of betrayal. Personal development and emotional health depend on having a clear understanding of one's own behavior and how it affects interpersonal relationships. Self-awareness enables people to see trends in their behavior, pinpoint stressors, and comprehend how their behaviors affect the relationship's general well-being. Women might obtain important insights into their wants and expectations by reflecting on their own feelings and behaviors. It is essential to encourage viewers to own up to their roles in marital problems. When disagreements occur, it's simple to place blame and point fingers, but real development comes from realizing one's own part in the dynamics at work. This isn't about taking credit for a partner's deception. Rather, it's about seeing how one's own behavior, communication preferences, or unfulfilled needs can have contributed to the circumstance. In partnerships, women may cultivate a sense of agency and empowerment by taking responsibility for their own actions. Furthermore, in terms of guarding against betrayals in the future, the importance of personal development cannot be emphasized. Self-reflection can result in improved boundaries, healthier communication, and a greater comprehension of emotional needs. Women who work on themselves are better able to overcome obstacles and forge stronger, more enduring bonds with others. Self-awareness and responsibility ultimately open the door to recovery and development. Women may turn their experiences into learning opportunities by adopting these values, which will help them approach future relationships with increased awareness and a dedication to mutual respect and understanding. In summary, in conclusion, relationship betrayal is a complicated problem that cannot be explained by a single element or by the acts of women alone. We've spoken about how cultural conventions, emotional needs, communication failures, and outside factors all have a big impact on how relationships work. It's critical to acknowledge that both partners have a role in the health of their relationship, and that healing and deeper insights can result from comprehending these complex factors. We've stressed that connection and trust are built on the foundation of open communication. Misunderstandings and the possibility of betrayal can be minimized by creating an atmosphere in which both partners feel comfortable expressing their needs and feelings. Furthermore, responsibility and introspection are essential for personal development. Motivating viewers to evaluate their own behaviors and contributions can enable them to establish more positive connection patterns in the future. As we come to a close, we would want you to participate in these self-awareness and communication exercises. By doing this, you may build connections that are stronger and more robust to any obstacles life may throw at you. We invite you to subscribe to our channel for more talks on relationships and personal development. If you thought this material was enlightening, remember to like and share this video with those you think may find these insights useful. By working together, we can cultivate a community that values comprehension, compassion, and wholesome relationships. We appreciate your attendance and look forward to talking with you on more subjects in the future.